full screen up, that would be great.
So the problem is that I'm having the white screen. So if you can see my slide well, I will keep it as is, if possible.
Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We are very pleased to welcome Sergey Yermakov and the team from Clarity to discuss their offers for quote to cash and BRIM. And without further ado, Sergey, please take it away.
Thank you very much, and hello everyone, and thank you for joining this session. So we are happy to present you, basically to give a little bit of an introduction about Clarity and also give you an overview of our projects, our customers, our deployment options for the solutions, and also some packages that we have created that we believe would be useful for the market. So let me start with introducing my team today. So my name is Sergey Yermakov, and I am leading everything related to North American operations. So today my co-speaker will be Nitish Patur. He is the quote-to-cash architect in Clarity. Also, we have on the call Max, who is the quote-to-cash architect, and Alex, who is responsible for sales at Clarity. So this is our team. So if you have any questions, opportunity related, or anything else you want to clarify about this session or our approach to the customers, please reach out to us. We'll leave our contacts here. So happy to respond to any questions that you have. And so then I will quickly start introducing the Clarity and who we are and what we are doing. So Clarity is on the market for almost 10 years. So it will be 10 years of Clarity this year. And we are focused SAP quote-to-cash implementation partner. And we specialize on the limited set of solutions that is basically making the quote-to-cash portfolio of SAP. So our core offering is the CRM, CPQ, and commission management, the Calidus acquisition, then the billing solutions, both subscription billing and BRIM, and the revenue management, and basically all the set of products that are complementing SAP quote-to-cash portfolio, like mediation and other products. We will tell a little bit more later in the presentation about that. But we have built our portfolio in a way that all the solutions that we have, that we implement, they logically extend the quote-to-cash offering from SAP and basically solving some particular specific customer requirements in the projects. Also, one of our core specializations, we are doing the intelligent process automation, which is like the combination of robotic process automation and machine learning that helps really to process different types of the document within the quote-to-cash process. So we have quite a lot of customers where we have successfully implemented solutions, so I will cover that later in more details. And we also are extremely open working with different partners, so we have a very good ecosystem of large SIs who are implementing their core offerings and usually inviting us to support them with subscription billing, BRIM, and CPQ within their projects. So our set of services, so we have defined our services portfolio is really to make sure that we are supporting the customer end-to-end requirements, beginning with the strategic consulting and discovery of the customer requirements. Then we are extremely strong in building the solution designs and defining the project architecture, really making sure that the customer existing footprint is utilized and also the solutions that we are offering in addition to solve their specific business requirements are nicely embedded into existing architecture. Then we do the cloud delivery. So we started this concept many years ago, even before COVID, that we deliver most of our projects remotely. Of course, we get on-site, but we try to keep this on-site presence extremely limited because this is our way to reduce the TCO of the project. And also we provide the support services, and like the huge part of our support services in making sure that our customers are consuming the most recent innovations from SAP and are up to date, and their strategy and existing solution is extremely aligned, and they know what new features could bring them most benefit. If we look at at our global reach, so we have 3 major offices. So our headquarters is in Riga, in Latvia, in Europe. We have the offshore center on Mauritius, nice place to be, and also we have like the sales representative office in North America to cover North American operations. As you can see from the green bullets across the map, so this is the places where we have our customers. So we see that we are quite spread across the globe and having projects not only in Europe but also in Asia, Africa, and North America. And so we're continue to growing our local presence in different markets. Then next, I would like to give you a little bit overview of our customers that we usually use our references, showcasing their projects. So the first set of the customers here on this slide is representing our presence in metals industry. And the metals industry is extremely complex, as you may know, and has a lot of different specific complicated requirements related to the CPQ. And this is mostly the CPQ project that we've been doing there. So CPQ, CRM, and the backend integration primarily. So among these customers, we have like one of the largest, I think, manufacturers of the steel. So starting with the ArcelorMittal, where we implement CPQ in North America, in Calvert. Then we have a customer, Metinvest Group, which is largest the steel producer in Ukraine. So this is quite a big project. We're implementing many international divisions for them. Also quite a complex project with a lot of components. Then we have like the pipe manufacturer TMK Group, that is, I think they are largest pipe manufacturer in Russia and probably the second largest globally. And also we have another Russian steel company, NLMK, as the CPQ customer. Moving forward, so this slide is dedicated to one of the favorite customers, which is SAP, where we are doing the multiple set of the products in the multiple divisions of SAP. So our largest project is the simplified selling project in SAP, where we have delivered several solutions, including the CPQ and BREEAM entitlement management, with a lot of integrations, and we are continue working with them on this specific project, enhancing the existing functionality and making sure that all the SAP pricing related roadmap features are getting implemented on time. So another large project is billing for SAP Ariba, and also we are on top of the project for HANA Enterprise Cloud, HEC, which is currently, I think you see a lot of business motions related to that project internally in SAP. So next is our project experience. These are primarily high-tech customers. So NTT Corporation, so the large company, 100 billion revenue, global presence, and we have delivered CPQ and BREEAM solution for them to make sure that their pricing models are created, centralized, and then rolled out globally. Then we have another very nice customer case, Busware. This is the Finnish company. So their business is very similar to SAP Ariba. So they do procure-to-pay solutions. And so we have delivered the CPQ and CLM functionality for them. And this is the very innovative customer, and they constantly keep expanding their system. And I think that they have they're getting most of the benefit from CPQ. So their CPQ instance is, from the functionality perspective, is very similar to what SAP has, where they are configuring quotes internally and also giving the access to external partners to configure quotes. Then another customer is Jabra GN. I think that you are using these headphones on the daily basis. You know Jabra. So they are also quite active user of the CPQ solution from SAP. And then another probably known name is the Digital Root, the company that is providing the data mediation solution, which is the part of SAP price list. So we have also implemented CPQ for them. So here we have manufacturing customers. Sorry, any questions so far? Okay, so here we have like the number of manufacturing customers. So I want to start with Hilti. So you probably know Hilti Corporation. So this is highly referenceable internal customer in SAP. So we are part of the team who are delivering subscription billing for Hilti. And this is a very interesting project where subscription products basically are being created with the reason to trigger the hardware sales. So this is just the way on how to increase the core product sales through the subscription business model. So if you would be interested to learn more in details, so happy to provide it. Then we have Tetra Pak. So they are moving their business model from selling these packaging machines and packaging supplies into basically providing machines and charging for the milk box or juice box produced. And so they are actively currently looking on the way how to transform their entire business model into the subscription. Another interesting use case in the manufacturing is a company called Infinium, which is the joint venture of ExxonMobil and Royal Dutch Shell, and their specific use case is the production of the lubricants. So this is a petrochemical CPQ case. I don't think that SAP has many of them, but so this is a very good one really to start thinking about the petrochemicals and overall about the chemicals and the CPQ there. So another case in manufacturing is the Metsa Group. So they are doing this. So this is the large cooperative. So Metsa, it doesn't belong to anyone. It belongs basically to the forest owners and the shareholders of Metsa. There are 100,000 people who owns the forests in Finland. So they are having multiple businesses related to the wood production and processing, starting from the forestry, ending up with the like paper products and all different types of the products that you are making out of pulp. So this is again the same very good use case that is similar to the metals. So extremely complex cases for CPQ, and really we have proven that SAP is extremely good solution that has a good fit in Metsa. So with this, I'm passing over to Nitish to cover deployment options and our packaged offerings that we have. Nitish?
Can you please switch to the next slide, please? Great, thanks. So our CPQ solution portfolio has at its core SAP CPQ product to cover most sophisticated CPQ requirements. And starting on the left here, so SAP CPQ is natively integrated to CRM systems like SAP C4C, Microsoft Dynamics, and Salesforce. Sorry, my connection interrupted for a minute. I'm not sure where it stopped. So I was saying, starting on the left, the CPQ is natively integrated to CRM systems like C4C, Dynamics, and Salesforce. And as we move along a typical salesperson journey, we see different requirements that we're able to cover with solution extensions. So for example, with Grape, we have an AI solution that is capable to read customer request specifications and help salesperson create code configuration. If we have visual configuration requirements, we're able to cover this with support from CDS Visual. In some cases, we have extended pricing requirements where we're able to position price effects for pricing analytics and pricing optimization. And at the very end of this journey, we have DocuSign that is used as a signatory management solution, but can also be used to cover contracting requirements with CLM. And if you can move to the next slide, please. Thanks. So the square box here, end-to-end demo available. This is, we wanted to highlight this here, that we have demo tenants available where we can show the full code to cash solution portfolio in our landscape. And in terms of deployment options, we cover all the standard deployment options and more. So typically with high volume subscription, we are positioning SAP Brim, convergent mediation being an optional component which collects data stream. However, we also have cases where customers opted only for convergent invoicing. This is a very rare case, but we had one. And for lower subscription business, we're positioning SAP subscription billing. So with both Brim and SAP SB, we're able to support customers with revenue accounting requirements with SAP RA, and with, needless to say, with Brim and subscription billing, we also cover integration with FICA and FIAR. And if we move to the next slide. Thanks. So as you may already know, there's no out-of-the-box integration between SAP SB and SAP ECC. So currently, customers have to first migrate to SAP S/4HANA before they can benefit the out-of-the-box integration with subscription billing. So what we see with customers, however, is that the need to monetize new subscription models have higher priority, if not urgency, than the S/4HANA migration. So we've come up with a set of templates consisting of integration patterns to support the integration between SAP subscription billing and SAP ECC. I would say reusing the existing SD processes, and we're also able to cover a lot of requirements around tax, credit cards, revenue sharing, revenue accounting, and more. So I think this is something which is very interesting, and you may get many customer requests about this SAP subscription billing and SAP ECC integration. So please feel free to reach out to us for more detailed insight about these templates that we provide. And moving on to the next slide. We see more and more customers looking for like a rough estimation of both cost and duration for standard implementation for a defined scope. And I'm sure you're also getting similar requests. And here what we have created is a set of accelerators that can be used to provide an immediate response to customers about the duration and cost for standard implementation. So we split our offering into three broad categories: starter, business, and enterprise. And we use the scope, the different, so here, for example, in SAP CPQ on the left side, you can see the different solution component of SAP CPQ. And we use a scope to classify the deal into starter, business, and enterprise. So here you can see the difference between start and business. For example, the main one that we can see in the first line is in terms of the type of products that we have. We also have user accesses, and based on these different categories, we're able, based on our experience, to say typically that's a project duration, for example, 12 or 16 or 12 weeks, or 20 weeks, sorry.
And Nitish, question for you on these. So these do not include any integrations. This is just standalone CPQ with potentially connecting to like Salesforce, for example, or C4C, right?
That's correct. This is like a standalone implementation without any specific integration. Here we are showing that most of the integration work is going to be on the consuming side. So if Salesforce is connected to CPQ, so we haven't estimated it, as most of the effort will be sending the data to us. But if we look at the other offerings that we have, so Sergey, if you can move to the next slide, please. With subscription billing, however, we included integrations. And again, here we have three types of offering: starter, business, enterprise. The main difference between starter and business for us is we have it included entitlement management and revenue accounting in our starter package. But in terms of integration, you can see in all three offerings, we support integrations to S/4HANA Cloud, BRIM, by design, or even non-SAP backend solutions. And again, here you have different costs and project duration. And the third one, last but not least, I move to the next slide, Sergey. We also did the same for BRIM. And again, just a reminder, this is a standard BRIM implementation. So again, three categories. And based on the different features or solution component, we are able to classify the implementation into starter, business, or enterprise. So quickest standard implementation for us, we're able to do it in 4 months. And again, with respect to integration, so we can integrate both with Fika or FIAR. And very recently, we also had the customer request to integrate with Oracle ERP as well. Is this the last slide, Sergey?
Yes, thank you, Nitish. So I also have included the one-pager that probably is already available internally. I think Lane has shared it already, but just like to have it in this deck. Here you have all the different links to our landing pages dedicated to specific solutions that we just discussed. And maybe it's also some articles and everything that we have packed together in one slide to provide more information on what we offer. So, and I think that we still have 5 minutes to take questions.
So, Sergey, this is Chris. So, can you go back to the reference, your reference slide again?
Which one?
The one with your referenceable customers.
So I assume we should go to the CPQ one, right?
Yeah, this one right here. So,
yeah.
So if I understand this correctly, so Calvert, or the seller middle, is live using SAP CPQ in low VC, CPS and CPI, consuming variant configuration models. And then it sounds like from the chat, and LMK is also live consuming variant configuration models into CPQ. Is that correct?
Yes, all these customers are live. So in some of them, we continue different phases of the projects. So like, for example, in MetInvest, and I think that it will continue for another maybe year. But some divisions are already live. So they are like completely at the stage where they're able to share their existing experience.
Okay. And you have so you guys have kind of a playbook around like expanding the flows and some of the difficulties that we've heard with some SIs setting up CPI and CPS to consume VC into CPQ.
Yes, absolutely. So I think that we have seen all the different flavors of the CPQ implementations and configurations. So yes, we are completely capable to support.
Cool. And then on the existing projects, you guys have one more question on that slide as well.
Sure.
If you go to the next, I think it was one of the next 2 slides, I think.
Just a second. So I assume it's not an SAP one, and probably it's high-tech, right?
There was one where you were, okay, so for these, for example, for when you're not using, when you don't have Sales Cloud in play, like for Jabra, for example, what are you just using CPI just for material synchronization, or are you doing doing any pricing conditions?
You mean for CPS? Sorry if it's loud.
No, you're good. No, the question is when you don't have VC or LOVC in play, and you don't have don't have C4C or Service Cloud, but you do still have CPI being used with CPQ. I'm just curious what are the use cases you're using CPI for if you're not connecting to the front office sale or CPS or
yeah, then we don't. Yeah, then we don't need to use. Well, like we will use it for ERP integration, but if there is no C4C, no other solutions of SAP, it makes no sense to go for CPI. We can live without it.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just want to confirm. Thank you.
For instance, one of the customer digital route, they run Microsoft on the front end, and we have point-to-point integration. We don't use SAP CPI there.
Yep, that makes sense.
So multiple customers here, they either using Microsoft Dynamics on the front for CRM, or they're using Salesforce CRM, or they're using Microsoft ERP on the back, or they're using Oracle ERP on the back. So,
and have you found when you're connecting the like different ERPs and different CRMs, do you tend to be able to reuse kind of a standard integration package you've developed, or do you have to project base that for every customer?
yeah, so we have customers where we have SAP ERP, Business by Design, and Business One. And then we're using CPI to do the order splitting. So we always start with a standard package iFlow content, and then we adjust it based on the customer requirements.
Okay, thank you.
Very good. Thank you all for your time today. Excellent presentation, Sergey and team. Thank you, Nitish. Thank you, Maxime, as well. And with that, please feel free to reach back out to this team with any additional questions and for any opportunities where you have questions of customer value, anything emerging in your prospects, and any opportunities that are relevant for them to be working together with Clarity. Thank you all for your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lane. Thank you, everybody, for joining.
Thanks.
Thank you. Enjoy your day.
Thank you.
Bye.